What makes relationships last?
Our relationship has had its ups and downs, but what we've found is good communication holds everything together.
We decided to dedicate time every week to not only strengthen our relationship, but stimulate personal growth.
Strong relationships are built on strong communication.
Welcome to Date Night Conversations.
Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Date Night Conversations. I'm Chantel.
And I'm Greg.
And guys, in this video, we're going to ask each other 3 random questions we have never asked each other before.
Guys, every date night, I love having these conversations. I love the questions that are asked and the way it just makes you think on a different level.
No one has ever asked us questions that these questions prompt us to think about. Like, you know?
It's not things that you would talk about day to day.
Yes. It's just different. It's just on a different level.
Different topics than you talk about on a regular basis.
That's right. Exactly. And I love it.
And we love the interaction with you guys. So feel free to comment down below. Let us know your responses to these questions.
Yes. All right. You ready to get into it?
Yeah.
All right. Let's get into it. All right. So you're up?
Yep. First question.
All right.
Would you rather be rich or famous?
I'm going to say rich. And the reason I say rich is because I wouldn't mind having lots of money and be able to travel the world without being like bothered or like bombarded or like, you know, so like I travel in peace. I live in peace and I have my wealth.
Yeah.
How about you?
I think I would definitely say rich.
Why?
Because it's that same thing.
You don't want to be
can
bothered?
Just go about living your best life and not be bothered.
Right.
Because I can only imagine, like I've seen the way
celebrities live.
Like Michael Jackson's life.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's hard.
Any of like a well-known celebrity on that level where the not being able to live a normal life really starts to get to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't want that.
Yeah.
Imagine like paparazzi outside your door every time you try to leave your house.
Yeah. That would be annoying. Like, I'd get really upset. Like, just let me live. Like,
sometimes you literally are in hiding for months at a time.
Yeah. Anything you do is like, they snap a shot. It's on every major newspaper.
Like, there's people trying to catch you at your worst. That's their job.
Oh my gosh. What a job. Like, who wants to do that? Sneaking around. Okay, well, that was pretty good. Like, we're both on the same page with that.
Yeah, I'd rather just do it quietly, live my best life.
And just have money. You can do whatever you want. You won't be bothered.
Yeah.
I agree.
I don't need anybody to know about it.
That's so true. All right, guys, we're going to throw the question back to you, but I'll read it one more time. Would you rather be rich or famous? All right, guys, you know what to do. Drop a comment down below. All right.
Just read back to addressing this. Like, how many famous people aren't rich? Or aren't at least well off? And what's rich come down to in that sense? Because I guess there's a lot of people who are famous, but they're not rich.
I almost think it comes with it almost. Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
or you can be famous for like, he's the one famous for this.
Right.
Yeah,
it could be something just very random. Everywhere you go, you're known.
Yeah.
But you still just go about your day-to-day life.
Yeah,
hey, are you that guy? Yeah, I'm that guy. Awesome, man.
That's so true. And I'm sure there's people that are TikTok famous and like, you know, they're not like insanely rich. They're just like, oh, I'm known off of TikTok or any other social media platform.
To certain people.
Yeah. But I'm sure that fame continues to rise as you grow with whatever you're doing, right? All right.
Okay.
Well, we know what we want. All right. So we're moving on to the second question.
Yep.
All right. So I'm up. I got question number 2. What book has had the greatest impact on your life?
Oh my goodness.
Really?
Okay, you know that the book that has had the greatest impact on your life is the Bible. Everybody's life, because everything's based on that. The calendar is based on that. So I'm putting the Bible aside. It's Evolve Your Brain by Dr. Joe Dispenza.
What's that book about?
the science behind how your brain works,
Yeah.
the way you perceive reality, how that affects your brain, how you learn, how do I say this? It basically teaches you how your emotions and how you feel affect you physically, like what's going on in your brain. And by changing it, and you change the chemistry of your body, and it really changes your whole perception of reality. That I don't know. But it's not just what the book's about. It's the books that book led me to read. So I wouldn't say you have to read that book, because you might not take away what I took away, because it gets really into like the actual anatomy of the brain. And so it can lose you when you're talking about, it'll actually talk about the specific neurons, the different cells, and how they work, how they function, how they grow, how you form connections in your brain. And I know some people have read it, it's like, man, totally lost me when he got into the actual physical functioning of the brain. But there's so much more in that book. He tells his true story of how he was seriously injured, he would never walk again, he was told, and he healed himself. And then he went into that study all these people who have had all these illnesses, who have cured themselves without traditional medicine.
Right.
What did they all have in common? And that's sort of how this all. So
it's really interesting.
Finally studying the people who were able to do it without what we think needs to be done. And he's one of them. He did it himself. And so he's like, I want to learn more about this. That's the very basic version. In that book, he talks about a book he read that helped put him in that journey.
Okay.
And then, so I went and found that book. And then that book led me to other books. And I've talked about that before, but this was the foundation book, Evolve Your Brain.
Wow. How long ago did you read that book?
That was one of the first books I read that sort of started getting me thinking in that direction. So that would have been, wow, I'm trying to think, like 15 or more years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Nice. No, good for you. So my turn?
Yeah. What book has had the greatest impact on your life?
Okay, so the book that has had the greatest impact on my life is the book I'm currently reading right now, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. So similar to you, the book has taught me how to change my mindset in order to gain success.
Okay.
So it's the one that helped me make the biggest changes in my life.
I find that it sort of came as you're already growing, so it's just changing the way you look at things?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. And it led me to finding other things, but it started with that book.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Recommend it.
Evolve Your Brain, Think and Grow Rich.
Yes. All right, we're going to throw the question back to you guys, but we'll read it one more time.
What book has had the greatest impact on your life?
Yes. All right, you guys know what to do. Drop a comment down below. All right, so we're moving on to question number 3. So it's yours.
Question number 3. Is it possible for anyone to be completely self-made?
Yes.
It's like saying Kylie Jenner, they said, is self-made. But anybody who observes that from the outside is, look at the support network she had to become who she is. How can you call that self-made? So that for anybody to become somebody, you work with other people.
Nothing.
Like, can you do it without having the support of somebody else? I think that's the way I'm reading it. Is it possible for anyone to be completely self-made?
Okay, so completely, like totally self-made. But like it's asking, is it possible? And I'm saying yes.
Give me an example.
Any of those basketball players that had nothing.
They had coaches. They had opportunities to get them to where they are.
And
if they didn't have those people in those places to help them get there, they couldn't be where they are.
I think anybody can be completely self-made, because when you're becoming of whatever you're becoming to be, you will find the resources, the networks, everything.
And every one of them would say thank you to somebody.
Okay.
So this is where I'm going with that. So is it possible for anyone to be completely self-made? Because if you take those key people out of their life, could they have made it to where they are?
I think so. I think there's a possibility.
Is it possible for anybody to be completely self-made? You would have to, I'm going to say yes, but it would be a very weird situation. Somebody who came out of nowhere with some crazy skill that took off.
I think it's possible.
but again, because they probably saw somebody else do it, so you have to give that other person credit.
I think you're like.
I think that's what the question is actually asking. So we're having a proper debate about it. Is it possible for anyone to be completely self-made? Is it possible for someone to be self-made? Absolutely. But are they completely self-made?
It basically comes down to how you define self-made. Completely self-made. What's your definition of completely self-made?
Definition of completely self-made is there was nobody that helped me get to where I am. I cannot say thank you to a single person. I can thank me.
I'm sure there is.
And there's nobody that would be offended by that.
I'm sure there is. I'm sure there's something.
Okay, that's perfect. Who is that? Is Oprah? Is Oprah truly self-made? She's someone who went through everything to become who she is. I don't know her whole story, but it seems, from what I understand, it's pretty significant.
It is.
Oprah can be self-made.
Yeah, she can.
But how many people are like Oprah?
That's why Oprah's Oprah.
Exactly. Okay, yes, I think it is possible.
Okay, so you're agreeing.
I'm agreeing
yes.
that there is, but I'm like, they're a very strong, very special person. There's something about that person.
Okay.
Because they're fighting through everything and going through the people who are actually trying to hold them back.
Yeah.
And saying,
that's crazy.
That is self-made.
Yeah. That's insane. That's pretty cool. Okay, so we're both
yes,
agreeing.
I agree. It
All right.
is possible.
Yes, it is possible. Absolutely. All right, guys. We are going to throw the question back to you, but I will read it one more time. Is it possible for anyone to be completely self-made? Yeah. All right, guys. You know what to do. Drop a comment down below. All right. Those were some good questions.
See, the last one was a thinker. I just wanted to talk it out.
Yeah. Made me think, but I liked it. I liked it. All right, so that was Date Night Conversations episode 42.
Wow.
Yeah. So guys, we're looking forward to interacting with you.
Yeah, please drop a comment down below. Let us know your responses to these questions.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next episode. Bye.